Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. So in today's video we'll discuss about the payroll statement. Today we'll deal with the problems when the month of increment is given and when the employee has to be paid the DA arrear. So let's go to the question. So this is the question. So we have to compute the salary of Mr. X for the financial year 2011-12 and it will be start from March to Feb 2012. So basic salary we have given, that is any basic salary in the pay scale of rupees 10,000 and 325 to 200. So that means we have given the pay band. That means the salary is starting from 10,000 and it is goes to the 15,200, and if the person is getting the increments, that increment will be equals to 325. Also the DP is 50% of basic salary. DA as a percentage of basic plus DP is declared after every 6 months in the month of April and October, and to be effective from January and July respectively. So in this question it is given that DA has been declared after every 6 months and it is declared in the month of April and October, but it should be paid from the January and July, fine, effectively. And also we need to calculate the DA arrears of DA for the month of January to March, that means for 3 months, and July to September again 3 months is paid along with the salary for the month of April and October respectively. So we are paying this 3 months arrear in the month of April and this 3 months arrears in the month of October. And we have given the DA rates with effective from January 2010 are given in this table. So this is the DA rate table, that is effective one, and the month of increment is given that from January to December and is dependent on joining or the promotion date. And HR is to be paid, which is equals to 30% of basic plus DP to those whose HRA payable is yes, otherwise it will be 0. For the TA also condition is given, CCA also, and gross salary is the sum of salary and all other allowances, and there are deduction, that is the GPF and the IT is given, and net salary we need to calculate. So we have to prepare the payroll statement and we have to make sure that it should be generalized to the extent possible. So let's move to the solution part. Now this is the format for the payroll statement in this question. So we have to prepare the salary for the particular person, that is the Mr. X, fine. So basic pay for the month of March 2011, and this is the column for the month of increment, and here is HRA payable, that is there are two options, yes or no, and the amount of increment is also given, which is fixed. So and also we have to make this format. So here the month, that is the salary of the month the person is getting, basic salary, GP, DA arrear, HRA, TA, CCA, gross, PF, IT, total deduction and net. So what we can do here we can write the person name. So payroll statement of Mr. X, fine. Also here I am make the DA rates table. So this is the effective one which is given in the question. So we have to make the announce one with the help of this table. So first let's make the announced rate table. Why there is need to make the announced rate table? Because we have to compare the salary of that particular person for the particular month with the announced rate only, then only we'll get the DA areas correctly, fine. So this effective rate of January 2010 will be announced in the April 2010. So first the format of the date will be like this. So first we write the month, that is the 4th, then with the 1, that is for the date, and then the 2010, this is for the year, fine. So in this way it is automatically calculated. If it is not coming like this, what you can do, you can go right click, you can go to the format cell, and in the format cell you can go to the date option, and in the date option you can select this one. So it will be give you this type of values. Now in the same way for the July, that will be announced in the month of October, because it is given in the question that you can see here that effective from January will be announced in the April and effective from July will be announced in October. So here we need write the October. So for the month, first I am writing the month, then 1st, then 2010. Fine. So in this way this is coming. Now for the next month, what you can do, you can select this cell and you can drag it. Fine. So values are automatically coming. Now we need to copy this value and simply we need to paste it here. Fine. So this is how we make the announced table. Fine. Now we'll move to the solution part. Before we prepare the payroll statement, so in this case we need to find out the basic pay for the month of March 2011. So for that we have to make the pay scale. So first we make the pay band here. So first the salary person will be getting, which will be equals to 10,000. Fine. So in the next time, if the increment he will be getting, so that will be equals to this amount plus 325. Fine. So this is really the amount. Or what we can do here, we can change this amount. As we know, in this question the amount of increment is fixed, so we can write it down 325 here, right? And what we can do here, instead of writing 325, we can select this cell. So in this way we can give the referencing and we will fix it, that is this. Fine. So if the person who joined at a pay scale of 10,000, so if the increment is due for that person, so he will be getting the 10,000 plus the amount of 325. So this is the amount of increment which is fixed. Now after this, what you can do, you can drag it and you can just, one second, I need to drag it from this cell. So when you drag it, you can see here the values are coming and you have to drag it till 15,200. So in this way you have arrived the basic salary for the particular employee. So fine. So as it is the given in the question that the salary should starting from 10,000 and it goes to the 15,200, and each time the increment will be 325. So I am repeating this step. First you have to write down the 10,000 here, and then here it will be the this amount plus the amount of increment which is fixed, and after this you can drag this cell to the till the 15,200 is arrived. Fine. So now what we can do here, we can make a list. So we can click the cursor here, we can go to the data, we can go to the data validation and the list. So here the source will be this. Fine. So we need to select this value and from this, and okay. So in this way here you can see the drop down button is here. You can select any option as per your wish. Now the month of increment. So there are, as we know, there are 12 months. So what we can do here, we can write the 1, 2, and for the others we can simply drag it to 12. Fine. Now here we make a list. We can place the cursor here, then data validation, and the source will be this number, and okay. So you can select any month, because in this question the month of increment is not given and it is depending upon the date of joining. So let's suppose if I have joined the organization on January, so I'll be entitled to the increment that will be on the January only. So in this way the date of increment is fixed. Fine. Now for the HRA there are two options, that is the yes or no. So for that we have to write the yes or no here, and we'll place the cursor here. Again we need to make the data validation list. So the source will be this number, then okay. You can see here this option is there. Fine. So in this way we'll create this values. Now we'll move to the statement part. Now we'll start with the payroll statement. So here we need to write the month. So same way, first we need to write the month, then date, then the year. So the March, it should be the starting, it is given in the question. So for March I have used 3, then first, and the year is 2011. Fine. Now it is automatically come. If it is not coming, you can change it by going to the format option. Then the next will be 4, that is for the April 1st 2011. Fine. So what you can do, you can select this cell and you can drag it till Feb. Fine. So in this way this month is coming. Fine. Now we'll move to the calculation of basic salary. So in the month of March, the basic salary will be equals to the last salary drawn. Fine. So that will be equals to this only, whatever the salary of that particular person on the last day of the last month of that particular financial year. So that will be equals to this only. So that will be equals to this. Fine. And enter. Fine. Now let's suppose if this month is the month of increment. Fine. So then if this month is the month of the increment, then he will be getting this one salary, that is the salary of the last month plus the amount of increment. So for that we have to use the function. So we will be using the if, and we need to define the month, because then only the Excel will compare this formula. So what we are saying here, if this month is equals to this month of increment, and this month of increment is fixed because when you join the organization your increment will be fixed. Fine. So if this month is equals to the month of increment which is fixed, then you will be getting the salary that will be equals to this amount plus the amount of increment, and which is going to be fixed. Fine. Otherwise, if this month is not the month of increment, then you will be getting the last month salary only. Fine. So what we are saying here, अगर ये वाला month of increment है, अगर इस वाले month में उसे increment मिलना है तो उसकी salary increase हो जाएगी by the amount of 325. So the last वाली salary plus the month of increment, और अगर month of increment नहीं है, he will be entitled to the last month salary only. Then enter. So when you drag this function to the other cell, you will get the values. Now let's suppose if I change the option here. So if let's suppose if I am changing the month, I'll make it 7. Fine. So 7, that means the July. So you can see here now the salary sheet shows the month of increment will be July. So it will show the increment in salary by the amount of 325 from the July month itself. Fine. So in this way we'll compute the basic salary of the employee. Now move to the DNS pay. Now DNS pay, we have given in the question that DNS pay is equals to 50% of basic salary. So which is very simple. We'll be using this simple formula, is equals to 0.5 multiplied by this amount, then enter. So for the others we just drag it. Fine. So in this way we'll be getting the values for the DNS pay. Now we'll be calculating the DA. Now for the DA, the first we will calculate the DA rates, then we'll move to the calculation part. So let's start with the step 1. So step 1 is to calculate the DA rates. So is equals to VLOOKUP, because we have the table, so we'll get the value easily. So we want to look up the value of this cell. Now here the one more important point here, this month is fixed. This month is fixed, then only it will compare the value from that table. So we have to make it fixed by using the $ here. So here the column is fixed, on the other hand the row will not be fixed, it is going to be changed. For example 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on. So what we are saying here, it should look up the value of this cell, and the table we need to select is the announced rate, not the effective rate, because we have to pay the DA arrears. So if we take the effective rate will give us the wrong answer. So we have to take the effective rate, announced rates, and we need to fix this table. So again you need to press the F4, and we want the value of column number 2. Fine, because the column number 2, I guess this is very clear, this is the column number 1 and this is column number 2. So what we are saying here, compare this month from this table, look up the value of the column number 2. If you enter, so here you will get the DA rates. Fine. So till now we have calculated only DA rates, we have not calculated DA amount. Fine. Now if you check it, you can see the March the DA rates will be 45%. So here it will be, here you can check it. So in March will be coming there, so it will be 45%, and in the same way in the April it should be 0.51. so in the April it should be 0.51. fine. So in this way it is coming like this. So now we'll calculate the DA amount. Now we will multiply this rate into basic salary plus DP. It is given in the question. So enter, and in this way we'll be getting the values. Fine. So simply we have to multiply this DA rates with the basic plus DP. Now what you can do here, in order to avoid that decimal part, you can use another function, that is round. Fine. So round this values to 0, then enter. So if you drag it, the decimal will not be appear. Fine. In the same way DP के लिए we can also use the round function. So round this value, number digits is 0, and enter. So we rounded off till this. Fine. Now we'll calculate the DA area. As we know, it is given in the question, the DA arrear has been paid in the month of April for 3 months. Fine. So what we can do, first, before we calculate the DA amount, we will need to calculate the difference. Why there is a need to calculate a difference? Because we have already paid that much percentage. So why to pay the whole amount? So we will pay the difference only. Fine. So how do we calculate difference? So this cell minus this, enter, and what we can do, we can drag it to this. Fine. So in this way we will be getting the difference values. Fine. Now instead of paying this amount, we can pay the difference, so that will be the better. Now we'll move to the calculation part. So in the month of April, so the DA arrear will be paid for the 3 months. So for the particular financial year, so what we need to do, that is the basic plus DP, and we have to multiply for the 3 months. Fine. As we know, the DA arrear has to be paid for the 3 months in the month of April, that is the January, February, March. Fine. So this salary will be paid in the last month. So we have taken the basic plus DP, multiply by 3, and we have to multiply by the differential rate. Now in April 2011, the rate will be applicable here. In April 2011 will be 0.06, and enter. So in this way DA arrear will come. So if you want to round off this function, so you can use the round off function, round, and last may you have to write the 0, then enter. Fine. Now we need to pay the DA arrears in the month of October also. Fine. So here, as we know, the in October also, the for 3 months arrear has to be paid from starting from July, August, September. Fine. So in that case, there may be a chances the increment may have been given in the month of August. So ultimately the salary will change. So what we can do, simple here, we can use the sum function, and we will select this salary basic plus DP, and this in this way we will calculate the salary for the 3 months, and we will multiply this amount by the amount of difference. So in October 2011, difference will be 0.07, then enter. So in this way we will calculate DA arrear in the month of October. So we can round off this value, round this function, and 0, this, enter. Fine. Now we'll move to the HRA part. Now for the HRA, the condition is given that if HRA payable is yes, then it will be 30% of basic plus DP. As you can see here, it shows 30% of basic plus DP to whom the HRA payable is yes. So again we are going to use the if function here, is equals to if this option, which is going to be fixed, 1 second, something is wrong with this sheet. We'll go to this cell and this cell. Yes, again we need to use the if function here. Fine. If this month, this option which is going to be fixed is equals to, in inverted comma, yes, then he will be getting the 30% of basic plus DP, otherwise it will be 0. Fine. So in this way we will be getting the HRA. Now we can use the round function here also. Round this value, otherwise 0, then enter. Now if you drag it to the other cell, you will get the HRA value for the other one. Now let's suppose if I change this option to no. So you can see here this value will be changed. Fine. So in this way we'll calculate the HRA. Now we'll move to the TA part. So let's see the condition for the TA. TA is to be paid 800 per month if basic salary is less than 12,000, otherwise 1,000. So we can use the if function here. So is equals to if this basic salary is less than 12,000, then it will be 800, otherwise it will be 1,000 as given in the question. Fine. As you can see here, the condition is if 12,000, it should be 800 or otherwise 1,000. So if you drag it, you will get this value. So here the salary is less than 12,000, that's why it is giving 800 amount. Now we need to calculate the CCA. So condition for the CCA is to be paid 300 per month if basic salary is less than 12,000, otherwise 500. So again we are going to use the if function. So it should be less than 12,000. So is equals to if basic salary is less than 12,000, so it will be 300, otherwise 500, then bracket close, enter. So in this way we will be getting the CCA value. Now the gross will be equals to sum of all the basic salary and the allowances. So we will simply add this value and then enter, and for the others we can simply drag it. Fine. Now we'll move to the calculation of PF. So condition for the PF is PF that is 10% of basic plus DP subject to a minimum of 2,000. So that means we are paying 2,000 or 10% of basic of DP, whichever is less. Fine. So here we can use the max function. So is equals to max 10% of basic, otherwise it will be 2,000, then enter. Just cross check it once again. It should be 10% of basic plus DP. Okay, basic plus DP we need to select. So here what we are saying here, so maximum we can pay is 10% of, so B9 is basic plus DNS pay are 2,000. Fine. So we can drag it for the other values. Fine. So whichever is maximum amount we can pay this one. And now we move to the calculation for IT part. So the condition for income tax is 10% of gross salary. So that will be equals to 0.1 multiplied by this amount and then enter. And we can use the round function here also. And here we need to put the 0, then enter, and we will drag it. Fine. Now the total deduction will be equals to this plus this and enter, and we'll drag this total deduction, and the net salary will be equals to gross minus total deduction, and we will drag it. Fine. So in this way we prepare the salary of the particular employee when the month of increment is given and the DA arrear has to be paid. So if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you so much.